Melissa, let's start with you. Some news that you've got of the club's pursuit of a midfielder.
Yeah, we know Frenkie de Jong, obviously their priority target in that department, but Erik ten Hag's primary target for this summer, the player he wanted more than anyone. That continues to drag on with Barcelona. There's a broad agreement that United have with the club, but obviously the deferred payments that are owed to Frenkie de Jong, that rumbles on in the background there. And United have always said that they have alternatives that they're looking at, one of which is Ruben Neves of Wolves, who they've had a long-standing interest in, fits the stylistic profile they're looking for. A controlling midfielder, sets the tempo, incredible passing range, obviously quite well versed in the Premier League. He is one of a number of options that they're looking at. Another name loosely floated has been Renato Sanches, who's probably not as good an anchor as he is as a number 8 and a box-to-box midfielder, but he's also been linked with PSG amongst other clubs, so I wouldn't put too much stock into that name. Ultimately, de Jong remains the prize, and they're willing to be as patient as possible to get that deal over the line. However, we've seen how complicated it's been. This is now, I think, entering nearly a month of the agreement with Barcelona being in place.
Darmish tells me that there has to be a deadline in terms of United. They must have given themselves a date by which they want this.
Privately, they would have done.
Yeah,
I'm sure they would have done.
Yeah.
Because they can't let this drag on until, well, it's probably going to drag on past the start of the season. The season's going to be starting this weekend, but because they put so much stock into the fact that Frenkie de Jong is their number one priority, and he is the one player that Erik ten Hag sees as fulfilling the philosophy he wants to bring in at Manchester United, it's little surprise that they are holding fire, because if they weren't getting any kind of encouragement that Frenkie de Jong didn't want to come to United, I'm sure they would have moved on to other targets already. They are looking at alternatives, as Melissa mentioned there, but it's a case of keeping those alternatives warm while they try and get this one over the line. I think we might have a better idea of what will happen with Frenkie de Jong on August the 13th, because Joan Laporta has said that that's when players have to be registered in La Liga. Now, he hasn't been able to register the new signings, and I just wonder whether some of those new signings might be dependent on whether Frenkie de Jong is sold to bring in that money so that he can fulfill all of the La Liga regulations with regard to financial fair play. But with regard to United, it's very simple. They believe they have a broad agreement with Barcelona worth £72 million. They're not getting involved in any of the politics that's happening at Barcelona at the moment. That's nothing to do with them. They are very comfortable with the position that they are in, and they are just waiting now for Barcelona and Frenkie de Jong to sort out their financial issues before de Jong makes that decision whether he's going to stay at Barcelona or indeed make a move to Manchester United or elsewhere.